Of our reporters also tracking that story because we are watching it from the skies as well as on the ground, the boots on the ground. Manqoba Mchunu, who's been running all over that area in Kagiso throughout the day for us and tracking what community members are doing. So Manqoba, last we spoke to you, you were following the community members around these areas of operation where these illegal miners operate. I see you are back in the area in the township proper. Just update me on what the mood is like at the moment after all these operations.
Well, Tunasizwe, I lost your line there. I'm not sure whether you can still hear me, but we're here in another section of Kagiso known as Nqobile, which of course is one of the areas where the demonstrators have now converged. They are obviously going to one of the shafts that we understand is also here. They're telling us that there are quite a number of operations that are taking place here in this particular area, and the community members are saying that what they want to do now is to ensure that they burn down these operations where the illegal mining is taking place in this community. In fact, if we just turn this side, I'm going to ask my colleague just to show you there. You can see where the community members earlier on have set fire to one of the operations there. We do understand that there is an illegal mining operation that happens there, but at this particular point we're told that they didn't find any of the illegal miners there at that particular point when they arrived, the community members that is, but they've been going literally from door to door, as well as some of these operations going to some of the shafts trying to root out the illegal miners from those particular areas. And I'm just going to bring in Sanko now just to give us a sense of where they are in terms of this protest. Introduce yourself and what designation you are in Sanko, and what do you say, Sanko, about the protest that we're seeing here today?
My name is Ayanda Kilunyaga, I'm the regional convener in Sanko, the West Rand. As a Sanko, we support the march 100% because of the issues of the zama whatever. But it's not the first time to raise the issues of the zama as a Sanko. Last year we have a March 2021 to deliver the memorandum of the station commander in around Kubastok to raise these issues. Unfortunately, we don't know what's happening from that after that delivered the March, that memorandum. So now we are here. The community says is enough to deal with these matters of the now. We want to expose those zamas. The government must be intervening immediate effect.
So are you supporting what is happening here in Kagiso today as a Sanko?
Yes, we are full support as a Sanko what's happening today. And then it's not a new thing as a Sanko. That's what I said before. So now, the as much as community say, no, it's enough. As a leadership must be take a step and then to monitor. That's why we're here, just to come into monitoring whatever the corner to corner and to make sure don't kill the people. Must be peaceful march. If we want to, but those people cash it must be handed over from the policy, and then there must be justice to play the role.
But what has been happening here has been far from, being, legal. As far as some of the violence we've seen here, as far as some of the houses that were torched down here. What is your stance on that, Sanko?
No, we are aware the march is a march. Must expect anything, whatever happen. But tomorrow we can intervene, whatever there's a demolition, whatever the violence. But now we are here just because of the protection, protects whatever for the community. So if there's something else is doing outside, we don't know what's happening. But there's some who are ready on this position just to intervene.
There are some who say that these actions are actually, speak to xenophobic tones here within this community. Would you agree, or would you say that this is just simply about fighting crime in this community?
Yes, we are aware of this issue of the xenophobia, but I don't want to speak too much. But now, as a Sanko, we want to make sure, if as a community say it's enough, but not want to kill anyone, must become to bring the law to screen everybody is belong to this country without any document. So we not encourage anyone if to push this thing of the xenophobia. Must be to bring, and then the documental must be to show us as a South African, we belong at the right way.
So what's going to happen now to this protest? Are you going to continue? Because I hear community members are saying that they're not going to stop up until they've closed all of these mine shafts that are opened by zamas, and up until they have rooted out all of the zamas out of those illegal mine shafts.
Yes, we support the committee. Say that the committee, we support as a SANCO until to come up the upper structures like national and provincial to come to tell us what's going to be to deal these matters of the zamas. So we are here just to waiting now to respond for the commission for commission of the provincial by Mr. Mawel to addressing us the issues of the zamas. How can we deal with these issues? I want to take this opportunity again to thank you, the Minister to make sure the first day, I think it's last week on Monday, to come to camp to us in Mukhali City to make sure those people must be arrested. Officials arrested more than 100 in those zamas. So I want to again, and then not to conquer the statement of the EFF saying Mr. Begitela is not doing well job, must be step aside, whatever, to resign, but he's trying almost the Begitela to make sure must be understood the national and the provincial. We have a commission, we have a station commander in the regional, so must be check those parties. So as a SANCO, we are trying to engage. Even the mayor today is coming, he was there, and to discuss whatever. We are going back to the boardroom again. And I am not here alone. There's a councillor. There's a councillor again of this place. Comrade councillor. This is the councillor.
Councillor, just give us a sense of how bad illegal mining is here and the crime in this area.
Okay, what I can say to you is that this place is becoming a war zone during the night. Community are not safe in this area. But what I can say, the mayor must intervene forcefully. So, like in Krugersdorp in West Village, what they did, they bring all the forces. Pan-African resource mining was beefing the police, helping the police to eradicate these zamas in all areas. But in the side of Kagiso, that's where the problem is. I think if they can intervene and close these mines, just like Mintels leave these areas to the zamas. Those open pits that we saw that side, it was left by Mintels, was liquidated. They say they don't have a rehabilitation plan to rehabilitate the area. But the Pan-African resource mining was here last time, here in Nqobile, here, proposing that they are going to close all areas here. We support that move, but only that the issue that I'm having is the safety of the community. When they come and rehabilitate the place, it is going to be a whole zone between the Pan-African and those zamas. Others are living in these areas.
Okay, thank you, Councillor. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Is there anything that you wanted to add?
Yes, I want to add something. I want to plead from the community of Nqobile. Is the march of against the zama, not the march against the spaza shop. Please, after to finish the business of the day today, must we go and sleep at home, not to attack the foreigners' shop. Please, I plead that as a leaders, please don't go to whatever looting the spaza shop of the foreigners. Please, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, that was just one of the SANCO representatives here in this particular community, just pleading as well with community members not to elevate this to attacking foreign-owned shops in this particular area or any of the foreign nationals. As you can see there, the fire growing strong here. It tells you the discontent here on the ground down from residents of Kagiso who say they are fed up with issues of criminality in this community. We understand that there is a mining operation that happens where you see that fire is coming from, and so what they're hoping to do to us is to try and perhaps torch some of those operating machinery that is there, which include what we saw during that raid that the police minister Peggy Cele as well as the provincial commissioner Elias Mawela had just a few days ago here in this particular area. Of course, they were in another part of Kagiso when they were conducting that particular raid, but it just tells you the scale of illegal mining that is taking place here on the West Rand. There are quite a number of shafts, illegal shafts that is, that we saw that community members were going to, that they were targeting today, hoping to seal them, hoping to close them down. At some point we saw community members actually taking rocks and passing rocks to each other, trying to seal one of those mine shafts, and when they did eventually seal it to us, we saw a celebration of some sort, a victory of some sort. Of course, it's still a long way to go for this community. They're saying that they're not going to stop up until the issue of illegal mining in this community is addressed. They're not leaving it to police this time. They're taking matters into their own hands, saying that they are simply tired of waiting from police to act, because every time they call in police, the police do not respond to the community's plight. So this is a situation right here in Kagiso. Currently, it's still quite volatile. There are still roads that are closed here in Kagiso, and community members that are walking from the different operations, from the different mine shafts around this particular area, wanting to shut them down, burning some of the areas, and also sealing some of those mine shafts that are opened by the zamas in the. So the situation still in so Tulas, I beg your pardon, as of course community members continue with their shutdown.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Manqoba will continue to monitor your picture and continue to return to you from time to time as and when developments move where you are in Kagiso. As you can see from Manqoba's visuals, the community is still out there in that community. The members of the community insisting that they want those illegal mining operations to be shut down, as well as the whole situation around crime to be brought under control. Let's bring